What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining the channel again. I really appreciate you guys' time and support. We're going to do a CQ&A episode. Got a lot of comments coming in on the channel. A lot of good information that needs to be shared. We also got a few hater comments too. I love those. Those are my favorite. As you can tell, I'm in the passenger seat. Got a surprise. Got a special guest that's actually on the truck right now. Let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody. Freight's here, and I've got Aaron Hardwick with me. Aaron is a brand new PSD student here at Prime Inc., and he's actually excited about being on camera. So he's got a lot of ambitions to actually do some stuff while he's out here on the road. So Aaron, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, I'm from a little town known as New Tazewell, Tennessee, about an hour east of Knoxville. I've been in Tennessee my whole life, and decided to come out trucking, see how it is.
Awesome, that's awesome. So do you have any family or anything that's been in trucking at all?
Yeah, I got, my grandfather was trucking, and my dad went to trucking, and I got two brothers in trucking right now, so I figured, why not follow in the family tree?
That's awesome, man. Heck yeah, that's awesome. So how long did it take you to choose Prime? Or was it like your first choice, or like what?
Well, after a little bit of thinking about, do I really want to go into trucking? Is this really for me? I eventually talked with my brothers about it, deciding, I might try out trucking.
Right.
And I had one tell me to go to Maverick, for flatbedding. And then I had another brother tell me I wasn't ready for flatbedding yet, to go to Prime. They're really good with beginners, so... Did
you have any family members at Prime before?
Yeah, my oldest brother actually went to Prime.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. Heck yeah, man. So Aaron's actually been on the truck for... As Freight Skaters back again. Got my good friend Brian Brooks with me. He's the creator of a web-based software that is a trucking accounting platform to maximize your profitability, called OTR on the Revenue.
Go to OTR.com and click the link to sign up today and get a free 30-day trial. After that, it's only $15 a month.
Four days?
I want to say it's about 3 or 4 days.
Well, I had him as a student since Wednesday. So yeah, for those of you watching, yes, I am training again. So there you go. Mama decided she wanted to stay at home for a little while, enjoy the babies, and actually enjoy life for a little bit. Obviously, she enjoys being with me, but she does not enjoy trucking. It's not for her. So, but all that aside, I was out here solo for probably a little over a month, and I was miserable, man. I started getting depressed. I started getting down. I was just kind of upset about stuff. And, I just told my wife, I said, look, I think I got to go back to training. So I went and got recertified. I've been up in Springfield all week long. For those of you on the BigWheelZ group on Life360, you guys probably saw me in Springfield for a good long while this last week. And Aaron was my PSD they assigned to me. So I'm really happy. He's been doing really good. The truck was in the shop, what was it, Thursday and Friday?
Oh man, it was at least 2 days.
We had a lot of preventative maintenance, and then we had some other issues that came up, and we'll talk about that a little later. But yeah, so I was like, man, we're not going to sit around. We're going to go down to the pad. We're going to get a pad truck. We're going to start doing your pre-trip. We're going to do backing. We're going to figure it out. So we spent a lot of time with pad trucks and stuff, and actually had two different types of pad trucks. We got in a lightweight, and then we got in a full-size condo Freightliner. So, and I was like, man, look, just get the feel for it. That's the biggest thing, because all these trucks, each truck has its own personality. Each truck has its own way of operating. It's a little bit different with each truck. So Invictus is a little bit different than the lightweight or the full-size condo Freightliner at the pad. Which truck did you prefer? Do you prefer the pad trucks or this truck?
I actually prefer this truck more.
Me too.
And this one's just way more comfortable.
Exactly. I really enjoy this truck. We're very blessed to be able to operate in a nice truck like this. So, and how has your experience been so far?
I'm loving it. I'm being out here on the road, seeing the scenery.
Right.
Just moving is something I really enjoy.
I know he was really excited to leave, and so was I, because I I don't sit that long. Like, that was, when we were sitting there that long, like, I was driving myself bonkers, man. It was really making me crazy. But anyways, guys, let's get on to the CQ&A. You guys give Aaron some love in the comments, and wish him well. If you guys have any tips or advice, please give it to him. He's going to be reading these. I'm sure he's going to send this video to his family. He's very excited, guys. This is the future generation of trucking here. And the reason that I train is for his mile one, his first mile. So to give these guys the best experience that you can possibly give them. And I don't know everything. I still could, even after being in my 8th year, I still consider myself a rookie. So there's a lot that I see from my experiences out on the road, from my training experience when I came into Prime, and through training all the people that I have trained, that I can continually do better on. And Aaron, I know I've already told you this, but it's all about learning from each other. He's going to teach me how to be a better trainer, just like I'm going to teach him how to be the best professional driver that I can teach him. So the ultimate goal with your training is to make you better than me. That's what I'm trying to do. So I want the fleet manager.
Take a while.
No, I don't think so. But believe me, man, I'm not that smart, and I don't work that hard. So you should be able to do it. So, but anyways, guys, let's get on to the CQ&A. So Aaron, thank you so much for being a part of this, man. I really appreciate you. And Aaron's going to chime in too when we start talking about these questions and comments and answers. So for you guys that first time joining the channel, CQ&A, comments, questions, and answers about Prime, about trucking, about me personally, the truck, anything. So guys, feel free to drop into the comments, and if you guys have questions or need advice, or you just need some helpful hints or tips, not only will I provide that, but there's a lot of drivers that watch this video as well who are more educated and more experienced than I am that can actually help you out as well. So let's get into it. And of course we have the hater comments. That's the best. So it's the best. Ask anyone. It's tremendous. So we've got Danny Gator 3719, our Let's Catch Up on 12/28/24 live. He says, how is the freight for new CDL teams at Prime? Is it worth teaming versus solo? Thanks for the video. I'm glad to see you back. Stay safe. Well, Danny, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate your time and interest in the channel. And I got to tell you guys, and this is for you too, Aaron, your best revenue opportunity at Prime is running with a spouse, team spouse, not a girlfriend, not a buddy, not a brother, team spouse. Because, and the reason being is because it's a solid relationship. Now, don't get me wrong. You can ask anybody. You need a solid relationship, period, to be in trucking, and whether your spouse is at home or she's on the truck. But I will tell you that your revenue opportunities skyrocket because all of your eggs are going in one basket. All that revenue is going in one basket. It's all going to one bank account. You guys, now, some of you with marital issues, if you have 2-3 bank accounts, that's on you guys. I don't need to know about it. It's not my problem. That's your circus. Keep it to yourself. But the basis of the thought process is that everything goes into one basket. You're both working together. There's no split revenue. Some people come in and they decide to be lease op and a company driver hired by the lease op. You know, they're still under Prime. They get all the Prime benefits and all that stuff. And then some people, like my wife and I, we are an LLC partnership. She is a lease op, I'm a lease op, and we both pay our owner occupational fees every week, and we're here. We're both on the contract for the truck. We're both on the contract for the LLC. So it's whatever you want to do. So Prime will do whatever you want to do, but I can tell you that your best revenue possibility here is, no matter what division you're running, is going to be lease spouse, okay? So obviously reefer is Prime's baby. They're going to cater to that. So I feel like after being almost 5 years with flatbed and lease, I feel like, and I've never been tanker intermodal or hopper, of course, but I feel like the reefer is going to be your best revenue opportunity. So do you have anything to add on that, Aaron?
All I can say is, if you're coming in expecting you to like team with just strangers, I wouldn't recommend it. Right. Go solo first, and if you really feel like you need the company, I would think about training, or not training. My gosh, teaming.
Right.
And just see where
trying a company first. Yeah. Seeing if you can even hack it as a team driver or a trainee. And you also got to think about too, if you came through Prime, you got to really take your experience as a trainee into account. So And that's coming from a new driver. So I mean, he's got that same mindset, and that's probably a smart mindset to have. You know, don't sell yourself short before you see if you even like it. So, and it's one thing that we talked about in a lot of videos, or I talked about in a lot of videos, was a lot of people come out here just to try trucking. You know, there's a lot of people that are into that decision that you're making for them, whether it's you, your family, the company you're going into, the trainer. You know, a lot of people are affected by just trying trucking, or just, you know, your decisions as an operator. So while you're in these beginning stages, what would basically be called the proving ground. So thank you so much, Danny Gator, for your comment. We're going to move on to the next one. I've got Yvonne Wallace. She says, I have a CDLA with air brake restriction. I was an owner-operator of a hot shot for over a year. I want to go through the training because I want the knowledge, but I'm not sure how Prime will categorize me. Any suggestions or advice would be appreciated. Yvonne, thank you so much for your comment and your time and interest in watching the channel. But I can tell you right now that even with a CDLA, with an air brake restriction, you're going to have to go get that taken off, you know, at your DMV. And they may actually make you run through the entire program. So you'll be classified probably as a D seat to begin with no experience, and they're going to either put you through the program or they're going to put you through an assessment program. So more than likely you're going to be considered a D seat, and I can tell you too, from my personal experience, my wife and I both got our CDL at a tech school, and I wish I would have just came to Prime, because I came to Prime after I'd had my CDL for over a year, had no experience, and anything over 90 days, they consider you like you don't even have a CDL. They treat you like that. So you're going to go through the whole program no matter what. So guys, it's very important. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money on going to a tech school or going to get your CDL somewhere else if you don't plan on using it right then. So come on into Prime, come on into another training school, get that experience immediately as soon as you get your CDL. What you got?
Before you begin, they recommend that you come in with a tanker endorsement, as well as no restrictions on your permit.
Exactly, yeah.
When you come through.
You want to get as much as possible, basically, yeah, while you can, yeah.
Yeah. But they do require you to have a tanker endorsement, even if you're going through like refrigerated or, you know, something like that.
Yep.
Because we haul fluids even in the
that's a liquid, yep.
Yeah.
Even in the reefers, yeah. So I mean, you got to have a tanker endorsement for certain types of fluids. I mean, certain amounts of fluids in certain types of containers. You know, it depends on the amount that they're actually hauling. So it's kind of like hazmat. If you stay below the threshold, you don't have to have a hazmat on certain things. Same thing with fluids. You know, if it's below a certain amount, you know, per container, you don't have to have your tanker. But Prime wants you to be ready for anything, which is going to go along with our next comment here. And Yvonne, thank you so much for your comment. That was on the live Let's Catch Up 1228 video as well. So 1228-24. So Yvonne, thank you so much for your comment, your time and interest in the channel. Let's move on to the next one. This one made no sense to me. Sometimes when you guys comment, I really wonder, like, do you guys think before you type? Like, it really bothers me a lot. But I just, you know, so this guy, Beer Rain Tall, Buy Rain Tall 7065, commented on the Starting Trucking in 2024 video applying to Prime Inc. Says, stop give wrong information. Prime have place to get medical and TWIC card office. No, we don't comment like that. We don't talk like that. You guys blow me away. Like, I'm offended. You offended me right there. So I didn't give any wrong information. If you actually watch the video and you watch it in its entirety, I advise everybody to go ahead and get your med card at home, because guess what? You can't get your permit at Prime Inc. anymore. You have to get it in your home state. What do you have to have in order to receive a permit from your home state?
First things first is a medical examination card.
Your DOT med card.
Yeah.
You can't get that at Prime in order to get your permit. You think they're going to let you come to Prime, get your med card, go back to your home state, get your permit, and then come back? No. Get your DOT medical card. Don't listen to Buy Rain Tall 7065. Guys, you used to be able to come to Prime and get everything. Okay? You used to be able to come to Prime, get everything, go to your home state, and change over your state, and on your license, you were good. You cannot do that anymore. You have to have your permit from your home state, which requires you to have a DOT medical card. Yes, Prime does have DOT medical services on site. More than likely, they're going to probably give you a new DOT medical card when you get there, even if you have a fresh one. That's the way they do things. Same thing with the TWIC card office. I advise people to go ahead and get their TWIC card, get your background checked for your TSA, for your hazmat, and your TWIC card before you come in It's a lot easier doing it way before you come in than it is doing it after you get there. But, because guess what? Once you upgrade, you got everything. You're not waiting on nothing. You're ready to go. You can haul any load. You're available for any freight whatsoever that Prime has to offer. Yes, they have a TWIC card office on site. I never said one time in that video that they do not. I never said one time in that video that they don't have a DOT office that you can, or a medical office that you can get your DOT card. So, by range haul 7065, I would work on your English, your grammar, and your communication skills, and then I would also work on watching a video in its entirety before you actually comment. So, but thank you for your time, man. I appreciate it. You're helping the algorithm, even with ignorance. I love it. The next comment comes from Samuel Sanchez, and I'm just busting his chops. I'm not mad. So
No,
I know what you think.
No, you're good.
It's just so funny, like watching these guys, and I deal with this every day. And I'll be honest with you, I told Aaron, I said I don't even read you guys' comments most of the time because it's just like I can't think with it. Like man, when I read too much of that, I start like getting dyslexic and smelling colors and all kinds of stuff. Like I can't do it. So Samuel Sanchez 1903, thank you for commenting, man. I can't remember what video this was from. I forgot completely. I didn't even screenshot the video tag. But he says, does Prime have hazmat, and can you switch lanes? Meaning, can you go from reefer to tanker to dry? Yes, Prime does haul hazmat stuff. Some reefer stuff, we do have some hazmat. So yeah, you are going to want to have your hazmat, and they allow you to get. I think there's a way that you can get hazmat with Prime. I know they require you to take a test every year for the hazmat for their certification purposes. I would have to double check and see if you can still get hazmat with Prime. You used to be able to do it. You used to be able to get your hazmat endorsement. I'm not sure. I have to double check. But yeah, I got mine through my home state. When I went and did my TSA check, this goes right along with the TWIC card. I went and did my TSA check, and I went ahead and did it for hazmat and TWIC. So, and yes, you can switch lanes. So if you come in, like, so Aaron's coming in reefer right now. Say he comes in reefer and he's like, for 2 months, he's like, man, I don't like reefer. You know, I really don't like it. I'm gonna go flatbed. Aaron has ambitions to go company first, which is a great plan to see how he fits in, perfect his methods of trucking and all this, and get used to it. So he's going to be more apt to be able to switch divisions immediately if he wants to, because guess what? He can hop out of one truck, hop in another truck if he needs to. If you're lease and you go sign a lease for reefer or flatbed or tanker or even intermodal, okay, it's going to be kind of tough because Prime does not usually like us swapping divisions with the same truck. They really want you to move over to another truck if you're going to swap divisions. Not saying the exceptions haven't been made. I'm not saying that that's a standard rule of thumb. I'm not saying that that's a standard operating procedure. I'm just telling you from my experience and what I know and what I've been involved in, they really don't want you swapping divisions with the same truck. So, but yes, you can. There's not been one thing at Prime Inc. that I have said, hey, I really would like to do this, and then be like, nah, you're not doing that. Sorry. End of story. I'm not going to do it. They've always been like, okay, let's check it out. Let's see what we can get done. And if it's not to what I need right then, or if it's not to what I want, it's usually something that falls in the lines that's something that can be taken care of later. So, thank you so much, Samuel Sanchez. You got anything to add on that?
No, nothing I can think of. You got it pretty much covered.
I've got another one, Anti-Max Official 5155, and thank you for your comment, Anti-Max. Is Prime Inc. getting rid of the company fleet? Is Prime going all lease video? He says, I've been planning to go to Prime's CDL school. Is this for real? Well, Anti-Max, yes, it was for real. They stopped hiring company for a good long while, and this tends to happen from time to time with not just Prime, but other companies. Companies that are progressive and they're always following the flow of the industry, no matter if it's rules and regulations being put in place, no matter if it's just the way the freight's working or the way rates are doing, they're going to change certain policies here and there to fluctuate for the needs of the company, the needs of the drivers, the needs of the demands of the industry. So at that moment in time, Prime was not hiring company drivers, and that's why we did that video. And that was to get that information out there to you guys to let you know that, hey, if you're coming in right now, if you haven't already applied, you're probably not going to be able to get in if you plan on going company. So as of right now, I checked in this morning. Today is what, the 3rd? February 3rd?
Yeah,
February
I think
3rd. Talked to my recruiter, Dustin Hensley, and he said, yes, right now we are hiring company because Aaron is going company. So obviously we are hiring company. So thank you so much, Annie Max, for your comment, man. I appreciate your time and interest in the channel. You got anything to add?
No.
Go to the next one. Let's get to the hater comments. These are my favorite. Robert Robert Armelino, 1646. He's on the Let's Catch Up Live, 12/28/24. This was right after I got back out on the road after Christmas. He says, another YouTuber pushing Prime's agenda so they can get better loads. I'm going to tell you something. It's been a rough 3 weeks, man. And I haven't had Prime reach out to me one time for any video I've ever done and been like, hey, man, you did a real good job on that video. We're going to give you a $6 a mile load. Thanks a lot. Robert sends his regards.
It'd be amazing if it worked that way.
Yes, it would. I would be so happy. Like, holy cow. Prime's reached out to me, and Dennis Davis has reached out to me and said, hey, you can't record like this. You can't do this. We would like you to not record this way or while you're driving or whatever the case may be. But they've never once reached out to me and gave me props on anything. So never had a conversation about it. I mean, I was at the Million Mile dinner this last week. You know, shook everybody's hand, talked to everybody. Nobody once even said, and I never even brought up YouTube. It never even comes up. So that's my personal thing, guys. I do YouTube to bring information to you guys if you want it, if you need it, and the most factual, non-biased information. I love being at Prime. Doesn't mean Prime's a perfect company. You guys seem to think that because I'm here at Prime, I push their agenda. I've spoke out on a lot of things that Prime has done that I don't agree with. And if you're actually paying attention to the channel and watching the videos, you will actually hear my opinions and my thoughts and everything. Prime's a great company. They've offered a lot of opportunity for me and my family. I'm very blessed and I'm very thankful. But guess what, guys? At the end of the day, what works for me doesn't always work for you. And it doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. Doesn't mean it's going to be perfect for Aaron. Okay? You guys got to keep an open mind. This is a big problem with the world today. You guys want to look at one angle, and just because somebody's doing something that you're not, you want to hate on them for it. And I love it. You guys are keeping the algorithm going for me. It makes me, this helps. This gets out the information quicker, but you guys got to really stop pushing the negativity. That's the last thing the trucking industry needs is more negativity. We got enough of that out here. So thank you.
Way too much of it.
Yeah, do what?
Way too much of it.
Yeah, way too much of it. Yeah, he's experienced a lot just in the last few days on the road. So, but thank you, Robert Armelino, 1646, for your comment, man. I appreciate your time and interest in the channel. Got one more here. This came from the Starting Trucking in 2024 Applying to Prime Inc. video. This is from EMS-VF. Prime sucks. Went to Springfield for orientation. Ended up getting a bus home at 3:30 in the morning to go home. All lies. No bonus. Trainers suck worse than Swift. Well, I got to tell you, first of all, your first statement, Prime sucks. That's kind of like your opinion, man. Second thing, went to Springfield for orientation, ended up getting a bus home at 3:30 in the morning to go home. I remember my orientation back in 2017. They came knocking on my door and pulled the guy out that was sharing the room with me because he failed a drug test. They pulled the guy out next to us, a guy out next door to us, because he lied on his application about work history. Guys, make no mistake, Prime will find out. If you're lying or you have drugs in your system, they will find out. And yes, just like EMS-VF, I don't know your story. I can only speculate just like the rest of you. But apparently you weren't doing something right. I'm willing to bet. You either weren't doing something right or you didn't do something right. There's no other reason for security to come pull you out of your room at 3:30 in the morning and send you home on a bus. And the third statement, all lies, no bonus. Trainers suck. First, how's it all lies? I don't think anybody lied to you. Secondly, no bonus. Were you expecting to get a bonus? Mean you couldn't even make it through orientation? And third, trainers suck. You never saw one. So how do you know they suck? Like, it sounds like you really, if you got pulled out at 3:30 in the morning during orientation, a trainer never called you, bro. I can go tell you that right now. So I can promise you that. You don't even get to that level yet. So, worse than Swift, if you've already been to Swift and you couldn't make it there and you came to Prime, you're just not meant to be, bro. I'm sorry. You probably shouldn't be trucking anymore. That's all I'm saying. So, but once again, that's my opinion. So, Aaron, you got anything to add to that?
Another thing, I don't know if, a lot of people know this, but during orientation, no alcohol whatsoever.
Right.
Orientation training, 100% no alcohol.
Yep, there you go.
They have alcohol places nearby, a gas station right across the road. They sell alcohol. If you go in there, purchase alcohol, and leave, they will stop you before you even enter the campus, and they will send you home.
Yeah, make no mistake, everybody at Prime has a phone with a camera on it, and everybody at Prime will sell you out.
Oh, yeah.
So if you, I can go and tell you right now, and there's no benefit to it. except for the simple fact that it keeps everybody safe. So the reason you guys are getting called on about not putting your locks on your trailer is it's not safe. Put your lock on your trailer. The reason you guys are getting called on during orientation, get pulled out of the room at 3 o'clock in the morning for drinking, is because you're not supposed to be drinking. They literally tell you these things. Like, they will not tolerate it at all. You can't. I mean, I don't even let him have a phone up here while he's driving during training. So do you think for 1 second, like, they're going to let you slide by doing any of this stuff? And make no mistake, lying on an application,
No.
I've had people that went through the entire orientation process. The head recruiter went to review the application as they were about to get on their PSD trainer's truck and sent them home because they lied. They found out they lied. Make no mistake, guys, they will find out. I can go and tell you. So, and if you think you can skim by with it, go ahead and try. But you're just wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your money. And you're putting a bad mark on your record, your application or your resume because you're doing that. So just remember, guys, I hate it for you, EMS-VF, but the mentality that you have with that comment, man, you probably weren't right for Prime anyway. So I got to tell you, we don't more negativity. We don't need that over here. But I appreciate your comment, man. I appreciate everything that all your time and interest in the channel. That's all I got for you today. Thank you guys for the positive comments and questions, and thank you guys for the negative comments and questions. Doesn't bother me. I don't care if you say I suck. You can say whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. Guess what? You have your right to have your opinion. That's okay. So it doesn't bother me one bit. I've been doing this too long to care. So is there anything else you got, Aaron? Any advice for new trainees coming in, like anybody, because you're brand new, and this is not scripted. I haven't told him to say anything, so he can tell me I suck, and it's going to be on camera, so it's fine.
To everyone out there thinking about starting up, just be aware. The moment you get behind that wheel, you are going to be a nervous wreck. You are going to be a nervous wreck. So just take it easy and remember, swing wide. You have a trailer.
There you go.
And to the people at my home, just remember, you lost the game.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad, guys. Whoever's back in Tennessee, you better watch out. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate. I can't tell you guys enough. We're almost at 9,000 subs, and like I said, guys, I don't do this for the money. I don't do it for the YouTube fame game or anything, but I appreciate every single one of you guys. I feel like for the last, I think it's been 3 or 4 years that I've really been pushing out videos. I feel like I've really built up a dedicated following. And for those of you who made it to this far in the video, you guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys. I mean, you really, for getting that positivity out there, getting that message out there to people, getting information out there to people like Aaron that are coming into the industry, it means a lot. So you guys keep sharing that positivity. Keep pushing those videos to people, man, that it helps. If each video helps one person, all this time and editing and shooting and all this stuff is worth it, man, because it really makes a difference for people. So if you're out there going into training or you're thinking about training, I think everybody should try it once. And you feel like you got something to give somebody, do it for the right reasons. The money will come. It's going to come eventually, but do it for the right reasons. Do it because you realized at the beginning what you saw wrong with your training experience. Do it because you want to give back to somebody, okay? Like I said, we all want as much as we can get out here. Of course, I want 20 grand a week out here. Oh, man, but guess what? I also want the guy that's going to be next to me 6 months down the road, riding beside me on the highway. I want it to be the best, him to be the best that he possibly can be. So it's a small difference, but it's a difference. So guys, do better, do the next right thing, stay safe, stay loaded. Until the next one, guys, God bless. Freight Skater and Aaron, we're out of here.